In the offseason, Houston coach Dana Holgorsen told the Athletic Sam Khan that he wasn't worried about his future because he had, quote, an effing impossible buyout. In the words of Kevin Garnett, when you have a billionaire pulling the strings at your athletic department, anything is possible. Yeah. Tillman Fertitta, owner of the Houston Rockets, hotelier, restaurateur, really, really rich guy. When he decides something needs to change, it changes, even if you have a $15 million buyout. So Houston, which has moved on Fertitta's whims for quite some time now, is moving on from Dana Holgorsen, because you heard it when they fired Tony Levine, who went from coaching to running Chick-fil-A's. You heard it when they hired Major Applewhite and then fired him very quickly. They don't accept or tolerate losing in Houston. And even as they moved up to the Big 12 and the job got more difficult, it didn't matter. They're going to set a high standard and they're going to pay for what they want. And what they want is to compete in the Big 12 right now. So what should Houston do? I'm going to give you a trio of candidates. I realize most of these candidate lists are longer. I don't think this one needs to be any longer. I think it needs to be one of these three guys on this list. And if you hire one of these three guys on this list, you have a very good chance of getting what you want. So we'll start with Jeff Traylor. He's the UTSA coach. The Roadrunners, 7-1 in the American this year in their first year in American play. Traylor is 38-14 in 4 seasons at the helm. He's a 4-time Class 4A Texas State High School Coach of the Year. Nobody understands recruiting in the Lone Star State as a head coach better than Jeff Traylor. Nobody. So in terms of roster construction, this is a guy who would be able to put together a very talented roster. He's got the contacts to do it. You want portal bounce backs, you're going to get those. Traylor probably should be on the list at Texas A&M. I know that they kicked the tires on him. We still don't know if A&M's going to make a hire, and maybe it's him. Who knows? Maybe they go back. But right now, it definitely seems like Traylor would be available and that he'd be interested. So that's one. Number 2, Willie Fritz, Tulane head coach. Still a little shocked that Willie didn't wind up at Mississippi State. But this is another guy who has won every single place he's been. Very instructive here. One place that he's won. Now, we can talk about Tulane, where they're going to play in the American Championship game. They actually just beat Traylor's Roadrunners on Friday. Tulane will play SMU for the American title. If they win that, they're probably going to play in their second consecutive New Year's Six Bowl. So that's what Willie Fritz has been doing at Tulane. But he's won everywhere he's been. Central Missouri, Georgia Southern. The one that makes this one interesting is he won at Sam Houston State. So 4 years at Sam Houston State, 3 FCS playoff appearances, 2 national title game appearances, basically recruiting in the same neighborhood as Houston, understanding the dynamics there. You take a guy who wins wherever he goes, has already recruited in the area. It does seem like a pretty good fit. Let me throw one more name at you. And this is the one that I'm sure most of you will be most familiar with. Former TCU coach Gary Patterson. There is nobody better at evaluating and developing talent in the state of Texas. There's nobody who's more proven at building a winner in the state of Texas than Gary Patterson, who did it for years and years and years at TCU. What Gary Patterson needs to do, if he gets in a room with the Houston people, is explain to them how he will handle players differently in the NIL era. I'm not sure the way he handled players during his heyday at TCU is going to work when players can just transfer and play somewhere else immediately, or when players are getting paid and some are getting paid more than others. You got to have a little more deft touch in that case. But Gary Patterson is a very smart person. Look at how well he's done over the years. I think he can figure that out. So if he can show them that he's capable of managing that side of the business, I don't worry about the other part. He's going to find good players and he's going to put them in a position to win. So if you're Houston, you just paid a lot of money to make a change. You got to get this one right. The good news is you don't have to look far and you don't have too long of a list. These guys would win there. Just got to pick one. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.